Hello student, science first third chapter chemical equation and reaction. In this next topic writing a chemical reaction. As you know that what is the chemical equation I had explained you in last lecture. Again I am telling you definition of chemical equation. The representation of chemical reaction in condensed form using the chemical formula is called as the chemical equation. In last lecture I explained you that in chemical reaction, when two product react each other, that two or more product react each other, they are called as the reactants. And after reaction, the product which is formed is called as the product. Substance which take part in the reaction is called as the reactant, and substance which is formed after the reaction is called as the product. Then representation of chemical reaction in condensed form using the chemical formula is called as the chemical equation. But there is some rule for writing a chemical reaction. You have to follow that rule. There are some convention in writing the chemical equation. That convention we have to follow while writing the equation. What is the first convention? In chemical equation, the reactants are written on the left side while the products on the right hand side. An arrow is placed between reactant and product heading towards the product. Means the arrow indicate the direction of reaction. What I told you first convention, in chemical equation reactants are written in the left hand side and products are written in right hand side, and an arrow heading towards the product is drawn in between reactant and product. You can see equation number 1, number 2 here. You can see this copper sulfate and zinc, they are reactant, they are placed at left hand side, and after their reaction zinc sulfate and copper is formed. These are the product are written right hand side, and an arrow is placed between them which is heading towards the products. In this way you can write the chemical reaction. Reactants are left hand side, product are right hand side, and an arrow heading towards the product is placed between them. If reactants and products are two or more, then they are linked with plus sign in between them. Here they put, see here, there are two reactants, therefore plus sign is placed between them. There are two product are formed, the plus sign is placed between them. So if the reactant and products are two or more, they are linked with the plus sign in between them. Third convention is to make the chemical equation more informative. Physical state of reactant and product are indicated in the equation. Physical state means whether they are liquid, solid or gas. So to make the reactant chemical equation more informative, ज़्यादा informative करने के लिए physical state of the reactant and products are also indicated in the equation. There are, you know that there are three physical state: solid, liquid and gases. तो लिक्विड, solid, liquid है. Solid can be indicated by writing S in bracket. Liquid can be indicated by writing L in bracket, and gas can be indicated by writing G in the bracket. You can see equation number 3. Copper sulfate, zinc Zn and zinc SO4 and CO. You can see some words given right hand side of each molecular formula which is in the bracket. So to make the chemical equation more informative, physical state of the reactant and products are indicated in the equation. Gases, liquid and solid states are indicated by writing G, L and S respectively in the bracket. Moreover, if the gaseous product is in state of G, it can be indicated by the arrow pointing in upward direction. Gaseous state is also indicated by the an arrow which pointing in upward direction. And if the product form is insoluble, solid, means it is formed in the precipitate, means it settled at bottom, then in state of S it can be indicated by an arrow pointing in downward direction. And if when the reactant or product in the form of solution in water, they are said to be aqueous solution, and it is indicated by putting the letter A, small letter AQ in bracket. So solid can be indicated by S, liquid can be indicated by L, gas can be indicated by G. Sometimes gas can be indicated by putting an arrow which is pointing in upward direction. Sometimes product the form is insoluble in solution that got settled down, that can be indicated by the arrow pointing in downward direction. When reactants are in the solution in water, reactant or product are formed in the solution in water, then they can be indicated as aqueous solution, in short AQ in the bracket. For example, as you can see the equation 3, copper sulfate, after copper sulfate in bracket, it is written AQ. AQ means copper sulfate is a solution of water. Means copper sulfate is aqueous solution. Copper sulfate is dissolved in water. Means it is aqueous solution of copper sulfate. Zinc, you are adding zinc in the that aqueous solution of copper, it is its right side in bracket it is written S, means zinc is in the solid state. Then which product is formed? Zinc sulfate, it is written AQ, means zinc sulfate solution, aqueous solution is formed, and copper which is formed in the solid state. Some example is also given in your book. Slag dam, that is calcium carbonate. When it is heated, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is formed. First of all, when heat is given outside to bring the reaction, it is indicated by the triangular symbol written above the arrow. See here, I told you slag lime is heated, it gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, means a triangle is shown on above the arrow. This triangle shows that this reaction is undergo heating, means this reaction takes place by the heating from the outside. So therefore calcium carbonate, yes, solid, when heated it gets calcium oxide solid, and carbon dioxide, see here arrow is showing upward direction, means carbon dioxide is it is evaporating in, it is going in the environment. Carbon dioxide liberating in the environment, therefore it is gas Gas, I told you gas is also indicated by the arrow upward in upward direction, like that. Sometimes reaction takes place at a specific temperature, at a specific pressure. Sometime in reaction catalysts are also added. Means it is necessary to fulfill certain condition like a specific temperature, pressure, catalyst to bring out the some reaction. These conditions are indicated below or above the arrow indicating the direction of the reaction. These conditions can be indicated on below or above the arrow. For example, one example is given in your book. Reaction of vegetable oil takes place at temperature of 60 degrees centigrade with hydrogen gas in presence of nickel as a catalyst. This reaction can be written as follows. वेजिटेबल ऑयल दिस इज लिक्विड, हाइड्रोजन गैस रिएक्शन कर रही है प्लस H2 गैस. देर आर आई टोल्ड यू दैट इट रिएक्शन टेक्स प्लेस एट 60 डिग्री. देखो 60 डिग्री टेम्परेचर इज रिटेन अबोव द एरो एंड इट इज ऑल्सो दिस रिएक्शन टेक्स प्लेस इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ catalyst added in the reaction. That's why reaction can be fast. So it is below the arrow it is written nickel catalyst. After that, the reaction product is from vanaspati ghee which is in the solid form. Okay, so what are the convention of the equation? First I told you in chemical equation reactants are written on the left side, product are written on the right hand side. An arrow is placed heading towards between them which is heading towards the product. If reactant or products are more, two or more, then they are linked with the plus sign. To make chemical reaction more informative, their states are also indicated in the equation. Liquid is indicated by L, gas is indicated by G, solid is indicated by D in bracket. If the product is gaseous state in state of G, it can be also indicated by arrow which is pointing in upward direction. If product is insoluble and precipitated, then instead of S it can be indicated by arrow which is pointing in the downward direction. When reaction is heat is given outside, then an triangular shape is written above the arrow. If sometimes there is some specific condition to are taken as to bring the chemical reactions such as temperature, pressure and catalyst, these special conditions are indicated on below or above the arrow. Okay, again if you want to again add some more information, then you can write the name of reactant and product below their formula. If you want to make a reaction more informative, you can write the name of the reactant and product below their formula. In this way we can write the chemical equation. Now one practical is given in your book. Procedure: take sodium chloride solution in a conical flask. See, you can see in the diagram there is one balance on that one beaker is taken. In that sodium chloride solution, this is sodium chloride solution is taken in the conical flask, and silver nitrate, see silver nitrate is taken in a test tube. Tie a thread to test tube and insert it carefully in the chemical way. इस test tube में एक one thread tie it and insert in the this conical flask. Make the conical flask with the fitting with the rubber core. See here rubber core is fitted to make the conical flask airtight. Now weigh the conical flask with sodium chloride solution and silver nitrate solution in the test tube. See here, it is kept on the balance. Its weight is 3 to 100.23 grams. Now till the conical flask, here you can see that this diagram, it is tilting by someone. When you tilt the conical flask, the silver nitrate which is in the test tube comes mix with the sodium silver chloride solution, come out and mix with the sodium chloride solution, and weigh the conical flask again. When you tilt the conical flask, the silver nitrate and sodium chloride solution mix with each other and chemical reaction takes place between them and new products are formed. After weighing, if you reweigh that, you will find that same weight will find. Means this is law of constant proportion. You can see, you have studied in the ninth, law of constant mass. Means law of conservation of mass. Means when two product reactant react with each other, their mass doesn't decreases, it remains constant. Before reaction, their total mass is 300.23 gram. After reaction, their total mass is 300.23 grams. Now see the reaction when you have taken the sodium chloride solution and silver nitrate solution. When sodium chloride and silver nitrate solution react with each other, two new products are formed, silver chloride and sodium nitrate. This reaction can be, chemical equation can be written as silver nitrate AgNO3. Formula of silver nitrate is AgNO3. It is aqueous solution, therefore it is written Aq plus. Which product? Sodium chloride, it is also solution in water, therefore Aq. Here arrow is placed between them. Which substance is formed? Silver chloride. You can see there, here arrow downward direction is written here. Means silver chloride is not soluble in solution. It is settled down. Means it is precipitated. White precipitate is formed. White color precipitate is formed down bottom the beaker, and sodium nitrate aqueous solution is formed. If you count the number of atom in the reactant and product, what you can see there is atoms in the reactants are Ag means silver, N means nitrogen, O means oxygen. Here Na means sodium, Cl means chlorine. So there are these four atoms in the reactants, five atoms. Silver, Ag means silver, nitrogen, oxygen, sodium and chlorine. In reactant total number of silver is Ag. यहाँ तो नहीं, यहाँ नहीं है, only one silver, one nitrogen is there, oxygen gas is O3 means 3 oxygen atom are there, sodium Na only one sodium is there, and chloride is 1. You can see the in reactants, one silver, one nitrogen, 3 oxygen atom, one sodium atom, one chloride atom. If you see the product side, you will see the same number of atom in the product also. In product there are silver chloride and sodium nitrate. You can see there is one silver atom, one chloride atom, one sodium atom, one nitrogen atom and 3 oxygen atom. Means number of atoms in the reactant and number of atoms in the product are same. Therefore this equation is called as the balance equation. If the number of atoms in the reactant and products are not same, then that equation is called as the unbalanced equation. If equation is unbalanced, then you have to balance that equation. That we will study in the next lecture.